Hey y'all, welcome back to another NV Creations coin roll hunting video. As you can see on the table today, we got 10 rolls of nickels we're going to hunt through, see what we can find. As you know, I score my rolls. I get 1 point for 2004 or 5s, 2 points for foreigns, 3 points for 2009s, 5 points for low mintage, 10 points for war nickels, 20 points for buffalo nickels, and 30 points for V nickels. I'm hoping we can find something good in these 10 rolls, so without further ado, let's dive on in. Alright, so here we go with roll number 1. Nothing too old looking in there, so on those enders, so hopefully something inside is a little better. I'd like to get across another war nickel or so. We'll see what we've got in here. There's a 2005, so we'll get a point on that one at least. 1 point. A lot of newer stuff in here. Maybe we'll come across the 2009. So far, not much in here. 2010, that's pretty close to an 09. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I throw out a video once a week. If you guys have any suggestions, throw them down in the comments. Give me ideas on what you would like to see hunted. And if there's a different way you'd like to see me hunt stuff. Otherwise, we'll just keep going this way here. Kind of a bland roll so far. Just that one 2005 Ocean in View. 62. Not quite old enough. I like to hang on to everything from pre-1960. 74. So we got a couple of older ones in here, but not too great. So roll number 1 is just going to give us 1 point for this 2005 Ocean in View. So I'll get this cleaned up, get those numbers entered in on my spreadsheet, and we'll move on to roll number 2. Alright, well here we go with roll number 2. That one looks a little older, but I'm guessing somewhere in the 80s or 90s, not old enough to be worth anything. Obviously didn't have the mint mark over the Monticello, so it wasn't silver. Do have some older looking ones in here, but not super old looking. 95 on that ender. I was a little off on my guess, but I knew it wasn't brand new. '88. There's a 2025. Nice shiny one. We'll hang on to that. 2024s are what I throw into my low mintage slot right now. Let me know in the comments. There's a 1941. Unfortunately, it's too old to be a war nickel, but still something for me to hang on to. Yeah, type down in the comments if there's other nickels I should throw into that low mintage category that doesn't bounce off of the war nickel, buffalo nickel, V nickel era. We can throw that in there and maybe it'll give us some more points. But I haven't been able to find anything. Might not be anything in that date range. We did find an older one, which is always fun. I love finding them 40s. Here's a 59. We'll hang on to that one. It's got the Denver mint mark. Still no point value on those, any of them. Here we go. We'll finally get some points with this 2004 Louisiana Purchase. That'll at least be 1 point on our hunt. Kind of a low pointage. so far, if that's even a word, pointage. An 84, I'll hang on to that one just because I hang on to all the coins that I hunt from 84 because that's the year I was born. Throw them in a big jug and maybe one day retire off that. So all we did find was this one Louisiana Purchase for 1 point. Did get a 2025. We did find a 59 Denver and this 41 looks like a San Francisco mint mark on there. If I get it into focus for you guys. I'll have to get that one under magnification. I'm pretty sure it's a San Francisco, but might not be. So I'll throw 1 point up on there and we'll get on to roll number 3. Alright, 2 points so far on the hunt. That's a nice looking old coin. Got an older head there, but looks like it's going to be in the 90s. No war nickel ender. Do have a pretty old looking one here. I'm doubting it's anything super fancy, just a dirty old nickel. Well, from the back we can tell it's not a war nickel. From the front, looks like a 73. Old, but not quite. So we'll get in here, look at there. I don't know if you can see that laying there, but here's 2005 with the buffalo on it. That'll give us a point. '67. 2004 Louisiana Purchase. There's another point. We have now doubled our points for this hunt with 1 roll. 2000. That is probably one of the shiniest 2000s I've ever found. Unfortunately, it's got the ring of death on it there from the rolling machine. So it's not going to be worth anything. 64. A few 70s in here. 64. There's some older stuff, but not quite old enough to be fun. Exciting. '64. One of the highest minted coins in U.S. history, the 1964 nickel. '76. The last one's a 77. So we did find 2 point coins, 1 point each on the Louisiana Purchase and 1 on the Buffalo. So we'll get 2 points on roll number 3, puts us up to 4 points. Let's see what roll 4 has for us. Alright, roll number 4. A couple pretty modern looking Monticellos on there, so not too excited about those enders. So see what we got on the inside. There's a 2005 Ocean in View for 1 point. So we're keeping up on at least 1 point per roll so far. Pretty low. It'd be nice to find something with a little extra oomph to it, point wise. I do make rolls of the 2004 and 2005 nickels with their all same mint date. I'll throw them up on my website if anybody's interested in picking one of those up. 64. 2018s. Another one. a lot of newer stuff anymore. The older stuff's getting picked through. But you never know when somebody cashes in Grandpa's change jar and all those goodies that he had or she had for 100 years get thrown back into circulation. That's when us roll hunters really profit off of it. So all we got was the one 2005 Ocean in View. So we're going to get 1 point on roll 4. Let's get this cleaned up and move on to roll 5. Here we go to roll 5. It's pretty modern era stuff, nothing old looking on those enders. See what the inside has for us. Pretty nasty looking 89 there. '76. Excuse me. There's another 2004 Louisiana Purchase for 1 point. A lot of rings of death on these from the coin roll machines. Really mess up the coin faces. And it's always a shame when you find something really good on an ender that's been ringed up from the coin machine. Another Louisiana Purchase 04, that's 2 in that roll. There's a 2024, so we'll get, what did I say, looks like 5 points on a low mintage coin. I need to double check on my, there's another 2024. Check on my numbers again, see if they are lower minted or not, if I'm just putting points on my hunts for no reason. Our last one's going to be an 80, so we are going to get 10 points for our two 2024s, and we'll get a point each for those 2004s, so we're going to have 12 points on this one, so we're finally getting some points on the book. So I'll get this cleaned up and we'll hit that second half of our hunt. Alright, well here we go on roll number 6. Nothing jumping out at me on those enders. Do have some older looking coins in there, but most of it's pretty modern looking. Still looking for a 2009. You never know when those are going to jump out at you. So far 86 has been our oldest one in this roll. '64. There's an 84. I'll set that one aside for me. 80. There's a 2005 Ocean in View. That'll give us a point. Keep us up with our at least 1 point to roll. '2008. '64. 2004 Louisiana Purchase. That'll give us 2 points. The last one's an 81. So 2 points on roll number 6 there. Get those logged in and we'll move on to roll number 7. Alright, well roll number 7. Nothing too old looking, unfortunately. We'll see if there's anything on the inside. $1960. Not quite old enough for me to hang on to, but still a nice old coin there. Looks like a 2017 through the gunk there. There's a 2004 Louisiana Purchase again. Still haven't found any of the Lewis and Clark's. That keel boat on them. But we're still at our finding a point per roll minimum, which is nice. Hunted many rolls where you don't find anything at all. $69. There's another 2005 Ocean View, so that'll be 2 points on this roll. 73 for the end one, so just 2 points for 0405s. Still getting points. Not great points, but we're still getting some. We got 3 rolls left, so I'll get this cleaned up and we'll move on. Here we go on to roll number 8 here. A couple of Monticello enders. Nothing jumping out. They're not in pristine shape and they're not old looking, so we'll see what the inside of this roll looks like. So far not great. We are finding a lot more of the older Jefferson head than the new stuff, which is kind of neat. You never know, something old might be hiding in here. $2001, 83, 85, no 84 for me to pull out. I think I've seen every number in the 80s so far that hasn't been 84. There's another Lewis and Clark, Louisiana Purchase. We'll throw that up for 1 point. We've got a 2005. We'll flip it over. It's going to be the American Bison. Got 2 points now. That's good. There we got a nice 1949. It's going to be a Philadelphia. I'll hang on to that one. No points on those older ones, but still a nice looking coin for being as old as it is. That's the one thing I like about nickels, is you can still find 40s and 50s nickels almost regularly in older rolls still, which is really neat. And we'll end on my 84. So no points on the 84 or the 41, but we will get 2 points on those 04, 05s. So I'll get that chalked up. We got 2 rolls left. Alright, well, we're on to roll number 9 here. Looks like a 2020 era. This one's a little beat up. Got an older looking Monticello, but we'll see what year that is. Let me just slide it right off the end there. Flip it over. It's going to be a 1990. Nothing to write home about. get to looking down at my hands and not at the camera and realize that I'm flipping these coins over way off center on the camera. That way you guys got to kind of look around. You never know where I'm going to be. 64, 94, 74, 2025. I like to hang on to those. It's got some pretty sharp lines for a 68, but it's pretty beat up still, kind of worn down. Not, it's just like it was punched real deep at the mint. Another 2025. It's two brand new ones. See how long it takes for the 2026s to come out into circulation. There's the 2005 Ocean in View, so we'll get 1 point at least on this roll. We got a couple left to look through. Our last one is a 2021. So we did find a couple 2025s, but there's no points on those. So we'll get 1 point for that Ocean in View. I'll get this cleaned up and we'll move on to that final roll. Alright, final roll. Looks like a 2013 on that end and some older on this side. A keeper in my book, 1959. No points on it though, but like I said, I like to keep anything older than 1960. Pull that 59 out. It's got some pretty crisp lettering on it, but pretty beat up. Good Denver Mint mark on there. No points on that, but we'll still hang on to it. I have found nickels in the 30s. Not a whole lot of Jefferson nickels with 30s dates on it, being pretty close to the very beginning of the Jefferson nickel. Before that were the Buffaloes. Not finding much else in here so far. Might get our first roll that doesn't have any points in it. $84 for me. $64. There's a pretty worn down 1941. We'll hang on to it, but it's pretty beat up, but still fun to find coins from the 40s. No points on that one either. So we did find a couple of keepers. We did find this 59 and a 41, but neither of those have point value in my book. So we're going to throw a 0 up on that final one. So if you guys stay tuned, I will get this cleaned up and we'll set up our... I lost the word I'm trying to figure out. Our wrap-up video, I guess we could say. So give me just a second here, blink your eyes and we'll be ready. Here's the wrap-up of our video. We did score 24 points total on this one. The two biggest being these, with the glare you can't really see the 2024s. We did find 3 2025s, 2 Buffaloes, 5 Oceans and Views, 7 Louisiana Purchase, no Lewis and Clarks. We found 2 1959s, 2 1941s, and give you guys a heart attack with shakes, and a 49. So we did find some nice old coins. We did find some newer stuff. It's kind of nice of a hunt. If you guys enjoyed this hunt, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, hit the like, share, subscribe, get it out over the platform. I like to get videos out at least once a week. It's been tough a few times, but I've still made it to one a week, so I'm going to keep doing this. Looks like the next up on the chopping block are some dimes. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you guys would like to purchase any of these coins, check out my website at nvcreationsmontana.com. If you guys want to shoot me an email, nvcreationsmontana@gmail.com. Comment. Let me know what you guys think. I like to see what people are saying. I like to talk back to my fans. But on that note, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.